Blue, black, white, Esper. 3-color combination here. Esper Hero. Hero, a card that was really popular last standard season but has fallen off a little bit now. 2/2 for 2 says whenever you cast a multicolored spell, you get a 1/1 white human creature token alongside a bunch of different multicolored cards. In fact, the only non-multicolored spell in our deck other than Hero of the Precinct One is the incredibly powerful Elspeth Conquers Death. Just total powerhouse card. Exile target problem while bringing you back a planeswalker or threat out of the bin. Past that, just good interactive control cards. We've got Erasure, Despark, Scorn, Oathakaya, Mortify, everybody's favorite 3-mana planeswalker that's still legal. So we got there's a Liliana in the main too. That's not a multicolored card. Let's pop on into a standard event with this one and see how it goes. Liliana, am I a joke too? She was hiding at the top near Dream Trawler. I missed her at a glance. Sorry, Liliana. I apologize. Are we in the top 1,200? Yeah, I think we're like 300 or 400 when we stopped playing ladder earlier today. Hand's great. Buy its stuff. For his, I think I keep that actually. Flag curve running up to 5 here. We played blue-red Drakes in Historic this morning to start things off. Since Gitrog, hopefully Gitrog will be addressed by Friday. I think we're gonna do Historic again tomorrow. I'm not expecting it to be fixed by tomorrow morning, but hopefully it'll be fixed by Friday. I think I actually keep that. I think we're super interested in having a castle in a game like this.
You'll thank me later. Oh, I've done the hero thing before.
What kind of cake was it? It was a Hostess Valentine's Ding Dong. Actually, I haven't eaten it yet. Alright, so getting punished for... I guess I could just bounce this. Was it getting punished for down-ticking this right away? A little bit. You cannot register the Gitrog monster in best of 3 historic constructed events. You can play Gitrog monster in best of 1 historic constructed events, but not best of 3. What is regression testing? Baby, don't hurt me no more. I don't know what unit tests are now or how to debug my software. Hey, hey, hey. So this gives them another enter the battlefield trigger, but I think I'm supposed to bounce this so that way they can't, like, play Sphinx and then haste it next turn. Next turn, if they replay Cavalier, I can go Oathakaya, hit the Cavalier, Teferi, bounce it, redo it. God bless America. Yikes. Deals damage to each of my planeswalkers, too. That's so brutal. What about the historic ladder? Lol. Well... options here suck. I mean, I'd assume you should have a unit test that confirms your cards are legal in the constructed events they're supposed to be when you add them. I would assume that's a test case you should run when you add a card to the client. Feels dead, man. It didn't tell you that you're the tester. Yeah. The old public beta test. Now, unfortunately, Veto is quite bad in this matchup. I guess quite bad is not fair. It's just not... Veto isn't as good in this matchup as it is in... against, like, blue-white control. The fact that we can't counter their Cavaliers with Veto is a pretty big letdown. I think I'm supposed to board in the other Liliana because they do have Dream Trawler in their deck. We discard spelled one of those last game. I don't want all the Vetoes, but 2 of them seem fine. This is okay. We're playing Esper Geats here, but our spells are pretty reasonable, and I think on the play, turn 3 Thought Erasure is fine as our first play here. If we're a little bit fortunate, we'll hit an untapped land. Yeah, we could potentially get a freebie if they don't have sweepers in their deck. You should capitalize back in the first sentence vortex, but other than that, that looks pretty good. Accurate and descriptive. Hey, Swift, thanks for the 15 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. How do we monetize unit tests? How do you change? You just do add command again. When you add command with the same command text as an existing one, it just it overwrites it. Free speech is odd phrasing. But people who complain about timeouts were also dumb enough to think that that's what free speech meant. So, it's accurate because those people weren't terribly bright to begin with. Also had one of the other favorites. One of the other favorites was we were obviously fascists here for removing their ability to talk in my Twitch chat. Poor people had never had anything bad actually happen to them in their lives. Not being able to talk in a Twitch chat for 10 minutes. Nah, the free speech thing hasn't really come up since we moved to sub-only chat. I feel like people who would make that bad argument, Punchroy, they're like pretty unlikely to sub here after listening to me rant for a little while. The First Amendment of the Homelandia Constitution is get bent. Ain't that the truth?
I know my responsibility. I've got time. Listen, chat, I'm pretty sure
I'm pretty sure the overlap of people who think Twitch free speech entitles them to spew in Twitch chat and people who think the Second Amendment means they need an automatic firearm is like a circle. Sorry, semi-automatic and it's actually not an assault rifle. AR doesn't mean that. They're only at 5 mana, so this attack is fine, right? I guess if they draw fires here, they can go shock this in, play this, haste it. Circular Venn diagrams are best diagrams. I mean, bouncing ECD versus anything is pretty gross. This card is just like another power level upgrade for this. Bold of you to argue with a chat full of astronaut, architect, lawyers, CEOs, constitutional scholars. I mean, to be fair, I don't think it's a stretch. I don't think it's a stretch to say that most of the people in chat have a better fundamental understanding of our Constitution than the current president. Thanks for the 13 months, Everlife Reaper. I appreciate that. Welcome back. I think we mulligan this. It's a shame none of these make white or black mana. Hot take of the day, right? Feels magic, man. This hand's actually quite reasonable, huh? I think we go bottom, Enlightenment, bottom this. What if I keep this and then bottom 2 lands and hope to draw a third untapped one? I am on the draw. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. Let's get a little lucky. I'm a Canadian. I know the Constitution better. That's probably true. Hey, Ragnar. Thanks for keeping on with the tier 1. Welcome back. Swish, chat, swish. I don't understand how I could take your guns away, Blue Cactus. I thought Obama already took all the guns. Alrighty then. Gosh, Thief of Sanity is so awkward. They don't have any blue mana. Am I just supposed to take fires and hope they miss for a little bit? Because I can Narset to keep Cavalier from drawing new cards too. I think that's the play. I'm so glad we bottomed a land at this point. Just like bottom 2 lands. God bless America. Yeah, Thief seems pretty underwhelming. Yeah, the advent of Bone Crusher Giant really brings it down a peg. Because, like, it's such a low opportunity cost for them to keep a card like Bone Crusher Giant in their deck against us. Well, hold on, folks. I'm gonna do it again. Wheel! Yikes. I got you, Wargame. Yeah, that's true. Dream Trawler kind of changes the dynamic of Thief of Sanity as well. Watch as shove mildly inconveniences the opponent. Ain't that the truth? I mean, I guess I do this and exile Legion War Boss. The problem is, like, this is coming down next turn. I can't just play Thief of Sanity this turn because it'll just get crushed by Bone Crusher. And they knock down to 7 next turn. Now, the small upside here is I can Narset plus Thief next turn at least. All right, well, we tried our best, right? That's all you could really ask for. Really? They didn't play Cavalier. I guess they play Cavalier and just haste it next turn. Yeah, feels dead, man. Feels dead, man. Ooh. D dead. I got you, twin. Get your letter written. That's adorable. Bellhaunt. Yeah, Bellhaunt seems okay. Wonder if Wonderful can manage to connect with this card at all this set. I have low expectations of it.
No one is more prepared than me. Meditate and prepare.
Suddenly less excited I left this on top. I'm excited for this to get bounced for the next 2 to 3 turns. Wonder if they just like don't screw around and shatter us this turn.
Stand by and watch. Here we
go. The good news is we can Conqueror's Death, the Narset, and then we can Time Raveler, pick back up the Conqueror's Death at least, get a little bit of grind going that way. I mean, blue-white control being frustrating to play against is a defining factor for the deck against actual everything. It's basically a prison deck. Yeah, I agree, Vonna. I think both of these would have had more interesting static text on non-blue planeswalkers. The fact that this is a control hate card that control decks get to play feels bad. Hey, noted bad too. Glad to hear you're feeling the burn. All right, I think I do this and then I plus and then I draw step Thought Erasure them. That's fine. I'll do this now. Huh? Oh, well, before I Thought Erasured them, I had this feeling called hope inside of me. And now that feeling's been pressured out. Now that feeling has escaped me, Chad. I no longer have hope. Epic card game. One of the really neat things about Epic is that they're what's called a living card game. So instead of like buying booster packs of random cards, you just buy a box set and get everything. I need to double check the docs they sent me over, but I believe their digital follows a similar model where you just like get everything. And their limited is more similar to like cube drafting where you like draft packs as opposed to ripping things open. It makes it easier to get into. The price points a lot easier. Can't draw a card, might as well plus.
This might be a bad idea.
Yeah, I'd backed their digital game on Kickstarter, but that was a little while ago, so I'm interested to see what it looks like in a full release. It's been a little while since I touched it. Gonna have to install it tonight and see what it looks like before we play tomorrow. Well, I get to hit them with, did they just forget I have my own Teferi here? What's the cost of Sun Table? I don't know offhand. So their community person just emailed me back to let me know that they wanted me to do the sponsored stuff. So I need to like look through their doc and see what all the details are. I think I just hit them with this and just like draw a card off their deck. Like I could hit their Planeswalkers, but it doesn't seem necessary. I think they forgot that I had a Teferi, and they were like planning to instant speed sweep me. Yeah, it's just like take their Conqueror's Death now, like deal.
Don't worry.
I mean, can you elaborate, Dallas? How does a complete box set get expensive? In what way?
Let's try.
Like there's a very clear defined price to have everything, right? Oh, wait. They get to Teferi bounce this. Yeah, that's awkward.
Here goes nothing.
Epic card game. It's made by White Wizard, I think is the company name. Yeah, White Wizard Games. I'm gonna be really okay. Maybe they probably didn't realize this was theirs and they could bounce it, huh? I think they didn't realize that was theirs and they could bounce it. So yeah, so I mentioned I tweeted out my schedule for the week over the weekend, but I'm gonna be adding some extra hours to do some stuff with their game. I mean, Epic card game's been out for a little while, Dallas, and I believe they did like one set a year or so. I think they have three or four sets. Their digital game last I tried had 3 sets in it. I'm not sure how many sets they have total. Yeah, life could have happened. That's never doubt that could be an option too. They also could maybe just not want to play blue white control mirrors. Definitely, their kid knocked their drink over, someone was at the door, etc. All right, run me down. Let's do it. The digital game is identical to their paper game. Yep. Yeah, it's just like Magic where you play the same game in paper and digital. Actually, on the giant shelf of games behind me, there are 2 boxes that have a bunch of physical Epic cards in them. Well, I get to take their Hardened by the Forge, and I get to take their Torbrand, but I'm gonna get beat down here. So we're taking 5 here down to 13. And then, like, they get to deploy Giant, which puts them into 9 power on play. Really, no play here is absurd for us. Cannot believe they're just electing to stomp as opposed to committing a 4-3 to the board. They're just really afraid of a sweeper at some point, I guess. I think this is pretty wrong. They should have been more aggressive. Yeah, and like, this is the tough part. So like, I need this white source, I guess, but like, I can't even keep that, right? I'm just dead. They just hit me for 5 and then like play this and I die. If they play this out, we're dead. Which maybe they won't play it out. Yeah. It's a tough one. One of the things I almost did when we were looking at the deck to start was, it's possible these should be Disfigures as opposed to Noxious Grasp to make the red matchup a little bit better. They're not 100% on that. Not a huge fan of Teferi in this matchup, I don't think. While he's nice for making Embercleave always cost 6, so they can't play it in combat, he just like frequently dies, and like he's not actually a removal spell. I like leaving in Despark against these iterations of red because while Despark doesn't hit a ton of things, it does hit all their very important cards, Torbrand, Frenzy, Embercleave. Need one more trim here. Actually, let's cut the Thieves and leave the 2 Conqueror's Death in. Let's do that. Thief just dies to everything. Bone Crusher Giant just runs it down. Myers Grasp. Sorcery Speed removal I don't think is good enough. I think I actually bottomed the Kaya's Wrath here and plan to just like spot removal, Atris. Yeah, with Hero on top, really glad to have bottomed the Kaya's Wrath here. Hopefully I get to untap with this. No blocks here. We get to kill this next turn and make a token. What?
It's the money.
It's a money airplane.
Because, you know why it's called the money airplane? Because there's money inside.
There's money in it.
Yeah.
Should we show the internet your thing really big? All right, here, hold it up. Your picture's really big. Hold up so I can see it.
The money airplane.
Yeah, we have less cards in hand than them, so we just let this happen. We'll kill this before it makes it to combat. So we're gonna wait until we're about to go to damage, because in the event that my opponent had a Rimrock Knight here, if they went to Rimrock Knight this and we kill it in response, they lose their knight.
Bye.
Love you, dude.
Keep the money airplane.
Okay, I'll keep the money airplane. I think I just do this now. I could shock and play this, but killing this lets me attack this turn, which is appealing. Try and pressure them out of the game. He certainly has his moments. Today, for people not familiar, today's a holiday in the United States, so daycare and grade school are closed. Pimp my plane. He's got, I don't know, if you have kids, most parents have probably seen these. They're blocks that connect to each other via magnets, and he's got play money stuck in between, thus money plane. So we'll lead on Atris before we play our land for the turn, because we could find a tapped land here, and then we go tapped land into Dream Trawler the following turn. Probably just taking the 2-card pile that they give us, because we want raw number of cards for Dream Trawler. They have an Ember Cleave here. There's a chance we're dead. I thought you were some sort of successful streamer. Why is it that real money just like you used to light your cigars as toilet paper? Listen, we're a successful Magic streamer. I'm not like Ninja, chat. I'm gonna block all of these on here. And then plan to time wipe next turn, I think. Yeah. Red deck is so good. Am I still just dead? I'm actually just dead on board, right? Woof. Yeah, just in the castle. That was rough. I feel like being super middling in this format is really not a place you want to be. Like, honest mid-range kind of feels like it's not ideal. Like, before the blue-white control opponent conceded, they were kind of giving us the business. The red deck just, like, went way under us in a way that it didn't feel like we were able to keep up with. The mana just hurts too much, and our spells just cost too much mana. I feel like the few good things this deck has going on, blue-white control just kind of does those good things better. The blue devotion deck today was awesome. Easy deck of the day. Had low expectations going in, and it had some really absurd games of Magic. At any rate, I think I'm going to go ahead and call it a day there. We got through 6 different decks, so I'm going to call that a success. Tomorrow, I'm going to be live with some Historic into Standard, and then I'm going to wrap things up with some Epic card games. So I'm going to be adding the Epic streams to my schedule tonight, and I'll be back tomorrow with some more Magic. Thanks, everyone, for hanging out. As always, remember, if you want some more content for myself after I sign off today, you can check out my website and my YouTube channel. Everything that we stream today will go up on both of those places in the next hour or so. And thanks everyone for watching. I hope everyone enjoys the rest of your Monday and has a great start to the week.